Morning, guys. Let's continue with the anatomy, still on upper limbs, and this is axillary artery. We're going to be following this outline: the introduction, the parts, the relations, the branches, and then clinical correlates. So let's start. In the introduction, it is the main artery of the upper limb, and it begins at the outer border of the first rib. That first rib, below the clavicle. That's where you have the main artery called the axillary artery, and then it begins at the outer wall of the first rib as a continuation of subclavian artery and ends by becoming the brachial artery. Then after the axilla, it tends to pass into the humerus side, and then we call it what? Brachial artery, related to the humerus as arm. That's why we call it what? The brachial artery. Let's go to the next outline. Divided into three parts by pectoralis minor. That's you've got to the axillary artery from below the outer border of the first rib. It will now be split into what parts? These parts are given rise to through the pectoralis minor. The first part is superior to the muscle. That's the pectoralis minor muscle. Is kind of upper position of the pectoralis minor muscle. I think there's an image here. There's an image here. So this is it. This is the pectoralis minor muscle. And then superior to this part, that's the first part. And then at this part, that's kind of posterior. Then we have the second part. Then the inferior part is the third part. So that's how you divide the axillary artery. You see a posterior part, second part, then posterior to the muscle, second part, then the third part is usually inferior to the muscle. And what are the relations of the axillary artery? It is related medially by axillary vein. Veins accompany arteries. It must rhyme. Vein must rhyme with the artery. So first of all, you should know that medial relation of the axillary artery is by axillary vein. Then the first part is related to the pectoralis minor muscle. Don't forget, and not just the pectoralis minor muscle, it is the clavicular part of this pectoralis minor muscle. It is usually anterior. And the first part is also related to the medial cord of brachial plexus. You have different cords of the brachial plexus. You have the lateral cord and you have the posterior cord. The one that the first part is related to posteriorly is the medial cord of brachial plexus. The medial part and first part is laterally by lateral and posterior cords of brachial plexus. So that's just the relation. And the branches of the axillary artery, the first part gives rise to one branch, and the second part gives rise to two branches, third part gives rise to three branches. The first part gives rise to superior thoracic artery, and then the second part gives rise to acromiothoracic or thoracoacromial artery, then the lateral thoracic artery. And the third part gives rise to the anterior and posterior circumflex humeral artery, and then the subscapular artery. Still in the image. When you check, this is posterior circumflex, kind of posterior, and this is the anterior circumflex humeral artery, and then thoracic artery, kind of branching from the first one. This. Let's go back. Let's read the clinical correlates. The clinical correlates of the axillary artery is usually scapular anastomosis, whereby collateral circulation is provided between the first part of the subclavian artery and the last part, that's the third part of the axillary artery. It helps to create collateral circulation when there is blockage between these parts. Circulation, if it's blocked between these parts, scapular anastomosis creates a kind of alternative pathway for blood flow. It's just that scapular anastomosis. So in the composition of the anastomosis, you've seen that the third part of axillary artery is involved. So that's why it is treated under axillary artery, scapular anastomosis. Not a clinical correlate of the scapula, but a clinical correlate of the axillary artery. So that is all for the axillary artery. You are okay on axillary artery for now. And if you have not subscribed, click the subscribe button, like, share, and God bless you.